Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Welcome to my home. Again. Fun fact, 2 months ago today, we left the Ed Sullivan Theater. I hope someone's been checking on Ed. Don't really know when we'll be back. It's all dependent on when we can gather safely. But the country is starting to open up a little bit. But maybe too much of a little bit, at least according to infectious disease expert and little boy in a sweet shop indicating which toffee he would like, Dr. Anthony Fauci. In a preview of his testimony today, Fauci warned that reopening the economy too soon would cause needless suffering and death. No need to sugarcoat it, Doc. Although sugarcoating is a good way to get Trump's attention. That's what Eric does. It gets pretty sticky. This was a chance for Dr. Fauci to testify without Trump looming nearby. And a lot of people were really excited to hear what Fauci had to say, none more so than Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
This will be one of the first opportunities for Dr. Fauci to tell the American people the unvarnished truth without the president lurking over his shoulder. Dr. Fauci, let it rip.
Yes, Dr. Fauci, let it rip. Cut that thick cheese of knowledge. We want explosive testimony. Please, Dr. Fauci, supply it. Don't deny it, because as we all know, this coronavirus is silent but deadly. I yield the remainder of my time. Pull my finger. The hearing started off with questions about whether colleges could reopen in the fall, and Fauci did not seem optimistic.
The idea of having treatments available or a vaccine to facilitate the reentry of students into the fall term would be something that would be a bit of a bridge too far.
I'm sorry, college students. There will likely be no treatment when you return to college in the fall. So make sure you're at least 6 feet away from whoever is lighting your bong. But Assistant Secretary for Health, Admiral Brett Giroir, argued that students could return if colleges just get a little creative with tracing.
There are some experimental approaches that look interesting, if not promising, that, for example, wastewater from an entire dorm or an entire segment of a campus could be tested to determine whether there's coronavirus in that sewerage, the wastewater.
Okay, I know that sounds gross, but keep in mind, collecting an entire dorm's wastewater is already the final task for the pledges of Sigma Chi Poopsilon. We also heard from FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn, who apparently was testifying from the great beyond. Everything's going to be fine. If you don't believe me, ask your grandma. She's so excited to see you soon. Come toward the light, senators. We also got a glimpse of one of history's greatest footnotes. Former future Vice President Tim Kaine, who apparently came straight to the Senate from his other job as a cowboy for children's parties. My first question for Dr. Fauci, who wants a rootin' tootin' good birthday? Pew pew! We also heard from Senator Bernie Sanders, who asked his questions with a Red Hot Chili Peppers poster in the background. I mean, no surprise there. When it comes to Medicare, he wants to give it away, give it away, give it away now. What you got to give it to your mama. What you got to give it to your papa. What you got to give it to your daughter. You do a little dance, then you drink a little water. Anthony Kiedis, Point Break.
Point Break.
We forget Anthony Kiedis, Point Break.
That would be a waste of time, man.
That's exactly what he sounds like in Point Break.
Says, yeah. The hands.
We also heard from Kansas Senator Pat Roberts, who used his time to confuse us.
Thanks to all the witnesses. You all are like the Fab Four. I guess it was a Fab Five back in the day, but we're shining the light of truth in the darkness with individual flashlights for sure.
Okay, so what? Does he mean the Beatles, who were the Fab Four? Unless they're the Fab Five when you count Yoko or Billy Preston or George Martin or Billy Shears. Oh my God, that's how Paul died. The walrus was coronavirus. Listening to health experts testify today, you might feel like we've got a long battle ahead of us, but according to the president, we've already won.
In every generation, through every challenge and hardship and danger, America has risen to the task. We have met the moment, and we have prevailed.
Look, I think our country's going to pull through this, but that seems a little premature. It's like passing out cigars on your first date yelling, "It's a boy!" So naturally, reporters asked him to clarify.
You said in your comments earlier, we have met the moment, we have prevailed. To you, sir, is the mission accomplished, even with 1.4
No,
million?
we prevailed on testing is what I'm referring to. That was with regard to testing.
Oh, we're prevailing on something we needed to do months ago. Just like Noah said in the Bible, "Lo, the flood may have drowned all of God's creatures, but I finally finished my kick-ass ark." Now let's get 2 of every animal. Let's see, 2 dead goats. I think those soggy things are hamsters. So we've prevailed, but with a lot of qualifiers. I think his propaganda banner might need a slight change. America leads the world in testing, but not for everyone. Terms and conditions apply. Side effects may include no testing. Fauci was testifying from his home because he was in modified quarantine after 2 members of the Trump administration tested positive for coronavirus. And apparently, the president is freaking out. A former official called Trump a total germaphobe. You know, for a germaphobe, Trump sure is anxious to get the rest of us out in the hot zone. It's the ultimate, "This milk smells funny. You drink it." Also, "This bleach smells funny. Drink that too." Trump's fears may be why yesterday the administration released a memo ordering most White House officials to wear masks in the West Wing. Well, it's about time. The rest of us have been wearing them for the last 2 months, and if they had any shame, they'd have been hiding their faces for the last 3 years. But guess what? Trump is not expected to wear a mask in the White House. "I can't wear a mask. It would be like I'm stuck in a Dutch oven of Big Mac burps." Up until now, Trump has been concerned that infected people might have been around him, but one former official says his principal method has been, "I'll make sure everyone around me is tested, then I don't have to take precautions." Everyone else is safe, so he doesn't have to. Pretty smart. That's why he made Stormy Daniels wear a condom. One staffer who Trump isn't going to have to worry about is Vice President Mike Pence, who is maintaining distance for the immediate future from the president. "Oh, good. Now I won't have to pretend I know who this Jesus guy is anymore. He sounded like a real buzzkill." Trump's been feeling a little stir-crazy, so he planned a visit to a Pennsylvania factory that produces PPE materials. The factory made big news back in the day because employees went the extra mile at the beginning of this quarantine to make sure their workspace was uncontaminated. Dozens of them lived for 28 days inside the factory. So while the rest of us were working from home, these folks were homing from work. And given the contamination risks, the factory turned the White House down, worried that a visit from Trump could jeopardize the safety of the workers. Wow. I mean, we've all felt this way, but now someone can finally tell Donald Trump, "Listening to you talk might kill me." "We have a lighter update on the coronavirus," is a sentence I didn't expect to ever say. But it's true, because French language experts have determined that the acronym COVID-19 is officially feminine. Well, we should have known that COVID-19 is female. It explains why Trump doesn't take her seriously. Now, deciding that COVID-19 is a female term is a little quirky, because in French, the umbrella term for the virus type, coronavirus, is actually masculine. Okay, I know lots of languages do this, but giving nouns a sex feels incredibly French. "Look at the shovel. With the curve, it is obviously a woman, but the long, firm handle is all man. And I find this potted plant very attractive, so naturally it is a lady plant. Is the plant single? I'm French, I don't care. Let's get mulching, baby." I know you're thinking, "Stephen, who are these French language officials who get to call all this stuff? Some goofy-ass group of mustachioed, badge-wearing curmudgeons?" Yep, because the members of the French Academy are mostly elderly men who wear an ornate uniform and a sword and are known as the Immortals. They better hope they're immortal, because I wouldn't be caught dead in this outfit. Le slam français! We have a great show for you tonight. My guests are Christine Baranski and Ellie Kemper. But when we return, meanwhile, join us.